Everyone, welcome to CeriseFairfax.com. Today I have with me the awesome author Tim Rice and his wife Miss Spana.
Hello everyone.
This is such a pleasure for me to be interviewing you because what you write about I think is so awesome. You're welcome. 10 tips on how someone can change their life, leave how they used to be, and master their dreams.
That's right.
We'll get more into mastering one's dreams in a second. But what are you doing here in the Dominican?
Living my dreams. About 13 years ago, I visited this island and I had a in-depth conversation with a young lady from South Carolina, and she gave me some advice on working too long and not retiring at an earlier age. And something about that conversation made me realize that I had to change my life because I was looking at working after retirement, and she had explained to me that I didn't have to. And so that made me return back home for my vacation and focus more on creating a residual passive income after retirement.
That's very interesting what you just said, working after retirement?
Right.
What does that mean?
Meaning that my mom and dad worked 30 years with General Motors, and after they retired, they went back and got another job because the job that they had with retirement wouldn't be enough to live in America. And I didn't really understand why would you work all those years and then have to continue working. And it seemed like the system, the common thing was just work until you die. Work, work, work. And I actually wanted to see what it felt like to retire. And I always had questions about my family history with health. And I didn't think that I would live that long because the average man in my family died at about 65.
Whoa.
And so my core concern was being able to enjoy my life as long as I could.
Interesting. And do you mind telling your age right now?
48 years old. I've been retired for 8 years.
8 years?
I retired at 40 years old.
How did you do that?
Okay. I started out after high school. I went in the police department, fire department, and the military. So I started out, went to the military, came back home, went to the police department, worked there for a couple years, and I did a lateral transfer to the fire department. Had a 20-year retirement plan. So when I joined the fire department, I was 20 years old. Police department, I was 20 years old.
Wow.
And I knew that I would retire, I'd be able to pull a pension at 40.
Okay.
But what my concern was is that once I retired, would I have enough money to live my life? And once I had spoke with a young lady from South Carolina that was here in the Dominican Republic, I realized that I may have needed some more residual passive income. So that's why I got into real estate investing.
Wow, at such a young age, and your whole entire concept, the whole entire thought in your mind was to retire early in a hot country?
Right. My whole I wanted to retire because I wanted to live a life of my dreams, and I thought that retiring at 40 was going to be the life of my dreams. But it wasn't until I got here on this beach, and about 2 years after partying every day for 2 years, I realized that I was just acting out of what I call mental abuse that I received from America. And I truly didn't know what my passion was until I got here and was able to do nothing for 2 years. And my passion was actually just doing nothing more than telling people my story. And that story is that you have to live through your passion. What you observe in the world is reality, meaning that the things that are occurring is not by chance, they're happening intentionally. And what we do is we tend to second guess them because we're taught or indoctrinated into a system that says don't question, contest, or debate the system. And when you do that, that means you're going to be controlled or be enslaved by something that tells you not to question it.
What happens when you question it? You and I were discussing earlier, and you said something very fascinating, which I was very intrigued by. You said there are people who want to fight that indoctrination. Like, how do you know when you're not meant for that government system?
Right. When within inside you have difficulties, when you have conversations about politics, about the medical system, about the educational system, about the job system, anything that you don't like, that you seem to complain about, or find excuses for, that's your calling. That's telling you that you really shouldn't be doing what you're doing, that it's something else that's deeper inside of you that you're meant to do. You know, you have a passion, and that, you know, passion is something bigger than indoctrination. And you have to always question, like I said, contest and debate everything in your life, because if you don't question it, you'll be a victim of it. You know?
Right. And so you have 10 tips with your book, The Missing Link, that people can find on Amazon.
Right.
Right.
And the book is called The Missing Link by Timothy Rice. Is on Amazon. It's a book that helps you go from where you are to where you dream to be.
And is that you on the front cover with your arms up?
No, it actually is not. It's just it's a symbol of spirituality, so to speak. You're pulling your strength from the universe.
I love that picture.
Right.
It's so inspiring. I was like, wow, I love this. There's like the colors of yellow there. Like it seems like an aura coming from the sky.
It took a long time for me to figure out what to cover that book.
Really?
Yeah.
How did you come up with the idea?
Just looking over images and after reading, I had shifted from a religious standpoint to a spiritual standpoint. Meaning that I had realized that I felt like no one could prove that God had a religion, so I was like, why should I? And I had realized that it's just about being positive and understanding and kind to people, and that's really my religion, you know.
Nice. I think that's a beautiful way to live, right? That's right. It's living through the spirit.
Exactly.
Yep. Now, currently, because you stayed, how many years did you stay in the Dominican? Because 40, you retired, you came here, you had properties in the United States, like you still do, you were saying?
Yes.
You just came here and lived for how many years?
I was here for 6.5 years, and after I wrote my book, I realized that no one in the Dominican Republic was really interested in personal development, and my book was in English, and I didn't want to return back to the United States, so I decided I'll go to the Philippines where they speak English. Believe it or not, it's an Asian culture, and they're really into spirituality and books on personal development and self-help. So I went over there to do some work, and that's when I met my beautiful wife and kind of got sidetracked and realized I needed to relax and enjoy my life.
Look at the way she looked in your eyes. This is real love, guys. Look at these two. Now, you went to the Philippines all by yourself? You just picked up and left here?
Yeah, you know, once you start traveling, you'll meet people along the way. And they'll be different from anybody in your hometown. Not at resorts, but they come to these countries and they're expats. You're going to have some of the most exhilarating conversations, and you're going to meet some of the best people. They're going to be like you. You know, when I mean like you, I mean open and flexible and fluid to new information and to growth and development in life. And, you know, so yeah, as I met these people, someone told me, hey, you got to come to the Philippines and check it out. Hey, you got to come to Thailand. Hey, you got to come to Colombia. And so forth and so on. And I went to the Philippines and fell in love with it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you currently reside there?
I currently reside there, and you know, I find the Filipinos to be some of the best people in the world. They're not the richest, but they're the richest in love and understanding and kindness.
Beautiful, beautiful. And I can see that because I saw you wiping off your husband's head. He was sweating a little bit, and then she grabbed that Kleenex and started to wipe. I'm like,
my job to take care of him too.
that's your job, to take care of him. Were you raised like this?
Yeah, because I saw that from my mom to how to take care of your husband. I learned that from my mom.
Beautiful. I love that. I love that. I wasn't taught that thoroughly, but I love doing it. You know, I heard about the Latin affection down here.
Right.
And I'm like, is it really real? And people are like, yeah, it is real.
Yep.
This is Gino, everyone sitting over here coughing. Gino, everyone knows Gino on the YouTube channel here, but right now today, right now today we're talking about Tim and his beautiful wife. You guys, what is living in the Philippines like?
Living in the Philippines, it's awesome because when you take your American money there, you can live like a king.
Really?
And you know, the exchange rate right now is, I believe, 53.5 to 1.
One?
To 1. And you know,
Algo de Filipino, mami.
haircuts are $1.
$1.
An hour massage, which I've gotten 2 bad massages, and I get 3 or 4 massages a week. In the past year and a half, I've gotten 2 bad ones, and they're $5 or $6 an hour.
Yeah.
You know,
Dollars, but
I live in a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom townhome. It's $220 a month. The people, when they speak to you, is sir, ma'am, and they bow their head. And I've never had any disrespect. They're very tolerant to foreigners, and they're just a good group of people. You know, I've traveled all over the world, and these are some of the best people I've ever ran across. You know.
really?
So, and then on top of that, you meet a good quality of expats that have great conversations and great stories. You know, that are very that help you.
Wow. Can people from the Dominican Republic, like residents here, leave there? Like, would Gino be able to go there with a passport?
He would need his passport and prior approval, so he would go to a consulate. I'm thinking probably somewhere in Santo Domingo, and he had to fill out some paperwork, and they would want to make sure that how he's going to be able to fund it and take care of it. So like I said, if you're going to go with him, you have to be able to show that. There's some paperwork. It's about 10 to 12 things on it, and you would show it to them, and then they give you prior approval, and you would go.
You guys might see us.
Oh, yeah.
That would be nice.
Because we almost do that.
Right,
But I'm
yeah.
not sure to get my US visa. We almost did that.
I don't have knowledge of it because I went to the Dominican consulate
Okay.
there in Manila, and they told me what I needed to do. So I'm assuming that it's the same thing for Dominicans to come into Manila.
Interesting. All right.
And so you learn as you go. You learn these things, and it's power moves in life. You know, you want something, you got to go get it.
Right. Power moves in life.
Yeah.
I love that. A lot of people are afraid to take those power moves.
Yeah, you know, I'm glad you said that. It's not people. It's not their fault. With indoctrination comes fear, and fear will block you from anything in your life. And you're going to be uncomfortable with certain conversations that challenge your belief system. And don't get angry, don't get upset. Again, I ask you to question, contest, and debate the information that you're receiving. You know, go on Google it, do research. These are the things that's going to change your life. Don't be afraid. Fear is what holds you back. You have to have courage. You know, that's about moving forward in spite of fear. And courage is what's needed for you to change your life. Indoctrination is one of the greatest diseases known to mankind. It affects what I call the masses. Some 97% of people worldwide. This isn't just in America, this is something that's worldwide. People are indoctrinated into systems, and these systems are intentionally designed to for you to follow an agenda. And it's okay. The system isn't bad. You just have to be able to say, am I a systems person or not? The system is operating perfectly fine in every country. It's their culture. Let them operate how they wish. But you have to ask yourself, if you're human and you deserve better, you go get better. Don't sit back whining and complaining about your life, because you are in control. And that control comes from yourself. And use that hostility, that anger, as your desire. That's your crown jewel. You have to use that to go get what you want in life. You got one life to live, and your life is not made for you to live under another person's system. So if one thing I can tell you is develop your own system and develop it with confidence. Find out what you love to do and go get it. And go after it as your life depends on it, because it does.
I love that. Guys, you better listen to that piece of advice right there, because that was deep, right?
Oh, yeah.
That was deep. So, what next?
Right now, I have 3 other books that I wrote. I'm in the process of building a platform to sell them. I don't believe in just putting things out. I feel like my message is huge, and I feel like it resonated, connects with people. I feel like what's missing in personal development is you have to tell people something that they can resonate and connect with in their real life. Meaning that I read a lot of books, and they talk about being positive and having all these skills, but it doesn't really get into what people are going through. So a lot more people don't live their dreams and their passion.
Right.
You know, I'm talking about hitting the masses. It's easy to hit somebody that wants success.
Right.
I wanna ignite people that are stuck.
Wake them up a little.
I want to wake them up, right? And you know, I think that's what's missing in personal development.
Right.
And I think that this is the time. This is the information network now with the internet, and everybody has access to information.
Right.
And I think that this world is ready for what I'm writing.
Right.
And I think it goes over their head. I think it challenges them, but it's so easy to Google it to see the truth. You know.
And a lot of them will Google it.
Right.
But that missing link that you talk about and those tips that you give people in your first book are also inspiration for them.
Right.
To get that link, find the missing link,
Right.
know what it is, and then master what you were saying to me earlier.
And people make no excuses about it. What's missing in your life is what you desire. What do you want? Because that's what ignites, that's what puts you on fire.
Right.
And if you're okay with your current life, then I get it, I understand. But if you want something more, you have to be willing to create that goal, develop a strategy, and just make a plan every day and take small steps and move towards it every single day. It's okay to work your job, but once you give that energy to your boss and make his company better, what are you doing for yourself? Don't sit around complaining, because guess what? That boss and that political system are designed to do what they're doing. So once again, I ask yourself, what are you going to do for yourself? And if you have a desire, you only live once, you better go get it.
Beautiful.
Right.
I'm pretty sure there's going to be people that would love for you to speak, even if it's through Skype, something of that nature. Do you have any YouTube videos that you would like to shout out to people, or any channels that you're working on, anything?
Right. I have a fan page, Tim Rice, on Facebook. I have a group, good-positive-effective on our Facebook, and also have a YouTube channel.
All right.
And also you can message me on Messenger, and I'll talk to you. You know, right now my services are free, because you know what? What I'm giving you is everything that I have, and it's not something you can pay for. It's something that's deeper than money, and it's about your energy, using your energy to go get what you want in life, because you have your energy, and your energy is designed for yourself, not for some system. So develop your own system and use all the energy you have in your body to go get what you want in life, and that's what it's about.
Beautiful. And you're free. How do we even put that in our brains these days? Because nothing this good comes free in the real world, but once you get out the matrix and once you get in.
Hey, look. I'm really hard on Americans or Canadians, because you know we come from a system that gives us a lot of leeway, and we can use that system and stand on its shoulders and do whatever we want. We can work abroad, we can work remotely and make any kind of money we want. We have access to jobs with pensions. We have access to become business owners, to become investors, and it's so many things you can do. And I've learned that, you know, a lot of people from other countries that don't have the opportunities we have, guess what? They come to America and they thrive because they're hungry. And you got to be hungry. If you want something, you got to, like I said before, I'm gonna keep saying it, you got to go get it, and you got to be fearless, and take the constructive criticism, because trust me, when you're trying to go get something and nobody's used to that, they're gonna hold you back. They're gonna say things to you and make you think that you're no good. But these are the people that you need to accept their constructive criticism and get better, you know? And that's just what life is all about. So, you know, you're gonna have the opportunities because you're a human. And your energy is designed for you to go get what you want. You know? The system is just a system. You don't have to live by that. Stand on that shoulder, that system, and just evolve. Because that's what you're here for.
Beautiful.
Right.
I was gonna say, any last words for this beautiful woman right here? Would you like to add something? I'm getting her on the spot here. I promised her I wasn't gonna do that, and then she's like, well, what would you like me to add? You know, I just want to say, how do you like the Dominican
Oh, I like
Republic?
the water is the best that ever I say in the world that because in the Philippines you have a lot of beach, but I didn't see a water like this.
Really?
It's very
And everybody
different.
keep in mind, my wife speaks really good English, but she gets a little nervous, a little shy,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
she speaks 6 other languages.
What?
Yeah?
So
Oh, you're humble.
English is her worst language.
Oh,
But when I tell you she
my.
speaks good English, she's just a little shy, a little
Wow.
scared.
Like me
Like
sometimes.
have a
Right.
camera
I'm
like
shy
that,
sometimes,
so nervous,
yeah.
like-
Right.
Right.
But
Oh
I'm trying
yeah.
to calm down myself too.
Are you? You sound good. Trust me. You sound. Your
Yeah.
pronunciation is really
Exactly.
good. Right? Yeah. I
I
know
can
you're
understand
good.
but it was.
Right? Yeah. I can understand very well too. You're welcome.
Yeah.
So you like the water and the beaches. Do you guys think you'll come back here again for another visit?
Oh yeah,
That's it.
Dominican Republic is my home away from home.
Yeah.
I love this place. You know, it's something spiritual about it. It's like it's a part of me. You know, I had a picture board, and for 5 years, my definition of success was this beach, and that's why I always come back here because, you know, no matter how much success I have, I don't really feel whole and complete until I see this beach. You know how you spend 5 years of working, and I was in the Philippines, and I love the Philippines, but you know, in America, you know, we think of retirement being on the beach. And I didn't have that. I had beautiful beaches there, but I didn't have the ambiance and the people and the expats and you and
so
everything else.
here.
You know?
Right.
So you know, so yeah, this
All the
place
time the
is
people happy
one of the best
here.
places on earth when it comes to just the wholesome, good relationships you can have with people. Because life, you're going to learn, it's about the relationships you have with people. You know, you can go after what you want, what you desire, but how you socialize and how you interact with people proves to be your biggest challenge. So always seek to be socially intelligent and emotionally intelligent and financially intelligent.
I love
These are
that.
your points of mastery in life. Master
Right.
your life. Your whatever it is that makes you upset, that makes you angry. Go after it, attack it with vigor. And understand that you're here for a reason. And it's your reason could be whatever it is you want it to be. But just don't waste it on a system and complaining about somebody else. Because guess what? That system is not concerned about you at all. And look, don't spend too much time complaining about millionaires and billionaires or people that's in a better position than you. You know? Go get it, man. You live once.
That's
Honestly.
it. That is
And
it.
I don't know how else to say that to you. So just develop that courage and be tenacious and just go after it.
Yep.
You know?
There's a lot of subscribers on my YouTube channel that are ready for that, and they feel what you're saying, but they just need that last little bit of information. So they can actually contact you for anything, even if it's just
Anytime.
coming to the Dominican Republic and you're in the Philippines. You have years, almost a decade. Oh no, more than a decade.
Right.
13 years
That's right.
of experience here in the DR, and
If there's something going on in DR, one thing I love culture, and I can definitely tell you about the culture here and in the Philippines.
I was about to say that too, because now you guys have me intrigued.
Right.
I'm going to be finding out about it. I have a lot of Filipino clients. Toronto has a huge Filipino community. Huge. Jesse Jr. is one of the major restaurants there and everything in Scarborough. So I'm enlightened. I'm like, yes, this is it.
look,
I'm
the
going.
biggest thing about traveling is immerse yourself into the culture. Even if you can't speak the language, understand that life is about love. And if you can express love in each culture, they're going to understand you and they're going to know you're a good person. You know?
Okay, so I just have a couple of more questions. You just said language. Are you learning Filipino? Or?
No, and you know what? My wife gets on me, and she's really frustrated about that. And one thing about the Philippines that's unique is that everything of growth and development is in English. When you go to the Philippines, every form you fill out, the menus, the street signs, the
In
name of
English?
stores, everything's in English.
Everything's English.
And so,
That's interesting.
one of the things that I love to do is that I don't like to see people struggling. And so I want the Filipino people to embrace English because believe it or not, their country is telling them that if you continue learning your native language, you'll stay there. But if you learn English, you'll grow and go far beyond anything you can imagine. And
Wow.
that's what you need. And so, remember, everything I told you is about desire. How can I
Right.
desire to do something when I don't even want them to do it? And I don't, because I know that they're better off learning English.
Right.
Everything in their whole country is English. The street signs, like I said, everything.
That's
Everything's in English.
interesting.
Everything.
Is this how you learned English, or?
Yeah, I start learn English since that I come to the city, because in the province is all my languages are different. It's no English there. When I come to the city, so I start learning English.
How long have
In
you
the
been?
city is everything's English.
Really?
Yeah.
How long have you been speaking English for?
I'm learning about 1 month.
What?
No, like now, like I know you've been learning English a year and a half. She meant the total time. At what age did you start learning English? She said.
When I'm 18 years old.
Right.
But what's this
okay.
1 month stuff? You mean you've been speaking English straight for 1 month right here since you've been here?
I'm just listening to the people that they speak English. Then I just pick up the words that. Then
It took her a month to learn English.
Yeah.
She's saying.
What?
Right.
Yeah, I'm just listening.
It took you
Until
1 month.
After 1 month, I just speak English.
Good for you.
So she came out of
See,
the
she's
province.
smart.
And yeah, she is very smart. I mean, you know, she smart far beyond her years.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell.
She's an old soul.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, one of my favorite
and, you know,
words.
what
Yeah.
wakes up
Mira.
in the forefront of her mind.
We have to finish the
is
guy.
what am I going to do today to take care of my husband?
Right.
That's what she does, you know. So,
Aw,
yeah.
and that's beautiful. And again, I love the way you were taking care of Tim when you're up there rubbing him down and everything.
Oh, I like
Beautiful. People see this and they learn, and they love to see how to take care of a man, or even how a man can take care of a woman.
That's right.
Thank you very much, guys, for indulging us today. I really love it. Everyone watching this video, please shout Tim out. Watch his videos on YouTube. Join his Facebook group. And please, any questions you have, just hit him up.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Pleasure,
guys.
everybody.